Traders, what's going on? Another Monday market breakdown is underway. This is the fourth week of March, and we are wrapping up this month with some really good trades, right? So if you want to go review how we did on the Monday market breakdowns, we also had Friday market recaps at the end of every week. So go check that out. Just scroll lower in the feed, and you'll see all the analysis down there. Okay, so let's get started on this Euro USD. So we mentioned last week on the Monday market breakdown we are going to come in on some heavy sells. Well, this week is already booming to the upside because today we've pushed over 100 pips on I think all three of our pairs, right? So we came right back down into this. This is a 38.2 retracement. I think this is drawn backwards, but we came right back down into this level here. Structure. Right. This is a major level, and plus this sell-off was fairly quick, right? So you can see the see that the short-term momentum players have to get out, right? They have to get out, and this is where they're getting out at, obviously, right? So where could this market go at this point? It sucks that we couldn't predict the up move. I don't like hindsight. I don't want to see like, hey, I told you this was going to happen, right? But if I would have posted the Monday market breakdown earlier, I would have been able to say, hey guys, I think we're going to hold this level. But we've already moved, and so now where can we go? So what's looking appealing to me is this 1300 level right around here, right? If you notice, there's a lot of price action right here in this area, and I'm not saying that we can't get back to the highs, in the mid 13s. But I'm just saying it's highly probable that we'll be right over the 1290, under the 1320 level. Okay, on this Euro USD pair here. Okay, so that's an upside. That's our upside potential move. To the downside, we would have to break. We'd have to break this structural level here. And where can we go? Well, immediately I see major structure here down here at the dollar 1030s, right? So if we do end up getting a short in, we'd have to break that level. But if we never get to see that short-term signal, that short signal, then we're just going to keep holding this level, and then eventually we'll probably, like I said, move up into the 1300s. So let's just look out for that, guys. You got to be dynamic, all right? Have an idea of what you want to happen in the markets. Have an opinion, but don't make it a conviction, all right? Make sure that you understand the market can change on you at any given second, and just analyze the signal. And if you get a short-term signal in your charts, then you want to start selling that bad boy. So for this Aussie USD, let's pull back onto this daily. Now this Aussie USD is very interesting because we've actually sustained this bull move, way longer than I assumed we would. All right, we're sitting right around here at the 75-cent level for the Aussie, right around that 127.2 extension, and we have yet to fall, right? We have yet to fall off. If you look at the weekly is kind of showing me signs that, hey, look, that move isn't as substantial, right? This thing could still push. So what could potentially happen here, guys, is if we see this level hold, well, we're going to come right back up into that 141 and potentially start to hit off right past that, right above the 141 in the middle of the 161 extension. Okay, so that level, it would be defined as this right around here. This would be right around the 76, in the high 76s of the Aussie USD. So if we can sustain these highs, which is, I just said, it's shocking, right? This is such an overextended market, you would assume. But if we can sustain these highs, guys, I'd like to see that market come right back up into the high here again, and then, hey, maybe we'll have a retracement back down onto structure to continue back to the upside. Okay, so again, guys, I'm not looking to swing trade these positions outside of this week. All right, I would need this momentum to kind of pop off in the next day or two, and it's already adding up, right? So we want to see this happen, and maybe we can catch some nice moves early this week to get out of those positions Friday. And if there's nothing crazy happening over the weekend and there's no crazy economic news, then we could potentially hold those positions over the weekend too. All right, but if this thing's a sell, if we do sell off this Aussie, if this Aussie does end up breaking this structure level here, let's go to the daily. Let's see what will happen. So if this Aussie does break the structural level here, we'd have to come all the way back down to the lows of these. We need to come right around the high 74s, so right around 75 cents. And then after that break, well, I'd like to see this thing fall right around 120, 130 pips down into structure here at the 73.80s, right? The low 70, the high 73s maybe even a little bit lower, right? Because it's not going to come off right on top of these wicks. We could see this thing come down into the mid 73s. Okay, but that's if this thing does become a short. So maybe we'll have some fundamental catalysts coming out. I know Yellen speaking later on this week. Who knows what's going to add up to be able to push this market into our structural areas, into our zones. Structure. The fundamentals add up with the technicals, guys. Hand over hand, they do. So GBP USD, I'm still actually in a buy on the GBP USD. After it came down, I made this double bottom, and I'm assuming that this GBP USD is going to come back up into this structural level here at this 61.8% retracement, right around the $1.43 level, right? Mid $1.43, so $1.43.50s. All right, there's just a lot of structure there, and that was a massive sell-off on this GBP USD, and again, these massive sell-offs mean a lot of short-term people are going to potentially be getting out of this market, and I'm expecting a fairly large retracement. And so a retracement from that high to the bottom of that swing, from here to here. So we can see that, again, it adds up to be right on that 168. So we have some Fibonacci confluence in there as well. So right now we're sitting right here at this 38.2. We're looking to see this thing potentially retrace, right? Potentially retrace. This was a really crazy day. We might see a retracement. So I wouldn't get in this market just yet. It could be potentially overextended. You want to see what's going to happen, during the end of this U.S. session and overnight during this Euro Asian session, right? And so then once you wake up in the morning, hopefully this market sells back a little bit and then continues to buy up back up into this 61.8 level, okay? So let's say if you were going to sell this market off, again, the funny thing is I wouldn't be a seller at this point. There's a lot of momentum for buyers right now, and I just wouldn't. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for you. Now, again, the riskiest thing to do right now would be to sell this thing at this 38.2. Again, you could catch something, all right, but don't expect to catch enormous 100 something pip moves off of that 38.2, because I still assume that this market is vastly underextended, right? I think we could still push up a little bit just based off of the size of this move from last week, right? I want to come up into this 50 and the 61.8, and then that's where I'll be personally looking to sell. And if the market never gets there, then I missed the trade, right? So that's what I love about being reactionary. Okay, I'm not predicting anything. I want the market to do, I want the market to play itself out, and if it aligns to my methodologies, then I get in. If not, if this market wants to tank after a 38.2 retracement, then boom, then that's what it does, right? So until then, if I catch a retracement to the downside, you could potentially be looking for a buy back up into these 50 and these 61.8s, right? So again, we'll let it play out. I'm not going to change my charts. We'll be back for a hump day breakdown Wednesday to see where everything's adding up, and then finally we'll come in with the Friday market recap. Hump day breakdowns are going to be for, if the dynamics shift a little bit, I'll be, going with the new analysis that I see, the new structural areas that I see that formed in the charts today, Tuesday, and, Wednesday morning, all right? So traders, dominate the market, all right? I want you guys to be successful, be very, very cautious of your risk. These are not recommendations at all. This is just my personal analysis and how I view the charts, all right? So dominate the market, Motive FX, I'm out.